Hey guys, in this video we're gonna be checking out the top 5 best small smokers that are available on the market for their true quality. I made this list based in my personal opinion and hours of research and have listed them based on popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinions and more. If you want to see more information in the updated price, you can check out the description below and also make sure subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the Traeger Grills Ranger Portable Electric Tabletop Wood Pellet Grill and Smoker. This high-quality pellet smoker gives you 176 square inches of smoking or grilling space in a tabletop smoker that you can leave set up, or simply lift and pack away. The 8-pound pellet hopper should see you through a minimum of 8 hours of low and slow smoking time. But, because the cooking space is so small, we managed to get more like 10 hours plus out of one hopper full. It's very efficient. The cooking chambers just got enough height to fit a small, whole chicken, or a decently sized pork shoulder too. And, the food cooked on here tastes great. It's very smoky with minimal smoke leakage. The only thing I'd recommend doing is to flip the meat halfway through your cook, even if you're smoking. Because it's so compact, the cooking grate sits quite close to the fire pot, and even with the heat deflector and the temperature turned down low, we do get some charring and drying out of the meat unless we rotate it partway through the cook. With a maximum temperature of 450 degrees Fahrenheit, you can grill on the Ranger. It's indirect heat that's more like grilling on a very hot oven. But, the meat will sizzle when you throw it on and there are legit grill marks. It's not bad with a nice, woody flavor to boot. But, Traeger also give you a cast iron griddle with the Ranger too. We find that the high level of heat retention you get with the griddle makes the grilling even better. Plus, you can use it to fry an egg to top your steak or roast some vegetables without worry about them falling between the grates. It's a nice extra. What we don't like so much is that the Ranger has the older non-PID based temperature controller. The temperature will fluctuate as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit plus or minus where you've set the target. Moving on at number 4, we have the Weber Smokey Mountain 14. The 14 inches Weber Smokey Mountain cooker is the smallest of the 3 sizes that this top-rated smoker is available in. And, that makes it perfect for anyone with limited patio space or who wants more efficient fuel usage to cook up a smaller meal. But, the Weber Smokey Mountain cooker in no way compromises on quality or features. Everything that's on the larger ones is on this too. With two 14 inches grates stacked above each other, you've got 286 square inches of cooking space, which will do 2 decently sized hunks of meat, a single rack of ribs cut in half, or a few fillets of fish. The vertical design distributes the heat and smoke well with the charcoal basket and water pan sitting at the bottom of the bullet. Something that can be a plus or minus depending on what you're after is that this smoker is not a set and forget setup. You'll need to actively manage the fire, add more fuel and wood when required, and adjust the vents fairly regularly to maintain a steady temperature. So, if you want small but still want the experience of barbecuing, it's a great choice that can make some really good food. The large side door gives you an easy way to tend to the fire without letting all of the heat out of the cooking chamber. It's not really big enough to give good access to that bottom rack. But, it's enough to see what's going on. You can take the top rack out for better access. Just make sure you've got a pair of high heat gloves on hand. At number 3, we have the Kamado Joe Jr. 13.5-inch Portable Ceramic Charcoal Smoker. We love Kamado Joe. And, if you're after a smaller smoker but still want quality, then you're about to luck out with this top-notch Kamado from one of the most innovative companies in the industry. The Kamado Joe Jr. is a mini and more basic version of the classic Joe 2. Giving you a compact but big enough 150 square inches of space to roast a whole chicken, or smoke a pork shoulder. The thing we love most about this choice is that it's every bit as good at grilling as it is at smoking. With the included heat deflector plate in, one load of charcoal will give you enough time to smoke well, anything that fits on the grate. It's easy to control the temperature with the top and bottom vents. And, simply whip the heat deflector out and you've got yourself an easy-to-use open flame grill, and the taste is phenomenal. It's perfect for using at home or on the go. And, while the Joe Jr. doesn't give you all the innovative features that its big brothers have, the basics do serve you well. With a 304-gauge stainless steel grate, an accurate temperature gauge, quality ceramics, and a study stand, you're buying a durable barbecue that's also backed by a lifetime warranty on the ceramics and decent cover on its other parts. At number 2, we have the Smokin-It electric smoker. Electric smokers don't generally come that small. This one, the Smokin-It model number 1, has a smaller than usual 468 square inches of cooking space housed in a professional quality stainless steel box. Most people will think this thing doesn't look that good. And, I'd have to agree, it's a bit strange if it's part of your outdoor kitchen setup. But, as a standalone smoker to wheel out when you've just been fishing or want to smoke up some ribs midweek, its quality shows and looks as if you mean business. Sandwiched between the stainless steel sides is fiberglass insulation, which is very effective in reducing the outside weather's influence on what's inside. The rheostat temperature controller isn't super steady. It'll fluctuate between about 35 degrees Fahrenheit either side of your target temperature, but the quality of the food you can cook inside is reliably excellent. My best advice is, don't stress the temperature. The racks do sit quite close together, so you don't have a lot of height, especially if you bought and added a 4th rack. For the smoke production, there's no way to add more wood except for opening the main door. But, the Smokin-It works best with a couple of large wood chunks instead of your regular chips. 2 of these will give you a few hours of smoke production without having to add more. Because of this smoker is actually fairly set and forget, unlike a lot of other electric smokers on the market. And finally, at number 1, we have the Dino Glow Signature Barrel. We're often asked if there's a smaller offset smoker that can be used when you just want to smoke 1 or 2 things. And this is the best balance of size, quality, and performance that you can buy in an offset at the moment. It's not super thick, heavy gauge steel, the temperature gauge is off, and it does leak smoke, although you can fix that by adding some high-temp gasket tape if you want to. But, the Dino Glow Signature Series Barrel and Firebox Smoker gives you a more moderate 443 square inches of cooking space where you can create some mighty fine food. Any offset smoker is more difficult to use than other types. But, with good airflow through the firebox and cooking chamber, it's fairly easy to maintain a steady temperature in this one. The smaller cooking chamber size reduces the fuel you need overall, and when you're using it in good weather conditions, it's surprisingly efficient on fuel usage despite the thinner steel. In terms of smokiness, there's no complaints there. I've run this smoker off of just charcoal, a mix of charcoal with wood chunks, and wood only, and the food turned out well with all of these options. I personally prefer the wood only results best, but that's not something that's unique to this offset only, and you've got to work with what you've got. For what you pay, the build quality is not bad. Over time, I'd expect that the grate in the firebox may buckle because it doesn't look super heavy duty and is subject to a fair bit of heat. We've had a little bit of paint peeling off around the firebox. That's normal in an offset in this price range and shouldn't open you up to a heap of rust because you're naturally seasoning it with every cook. One thing I don't like about this offset in particular is that to clean the ash out of the firebox, you've got a slide-out draw-like feature that pulls out the whole bottom half. I don't have a good picture, but this is what I mean. Thanks you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video is helpful to you, please make sure like, comment and subscribe. If you have any question related to this product, you can leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible.